Dear students, I hope you are all well. Last week in the chapter Body Movements, we discussed about the ball and socket joint. Today we are going to read about the pivotal joint. The joint where our neck joint, the head is a pivotal joint. Okay, or pivotal joint. It allows us to bend our head forward and backward and turn the head to our right to or left. Try these movements. How are these movements different from those of our arm that can rotate in a complete circle in its ball and socket joint? In a pivotal joint, a cylindrical bone rotates in a ring. So if you see the image, here is the example of this pivotal joint. Joint is just here. Next is hinge joint. Open and close a door a few times. Observe the hinges of the door carefully. They allow the door to move back and forth. Okay, you have to do also this activity. So for this you have to do an activity. Let us look at the kind of movement allows allowed by a hinge. Make a cylinder with cardboard or thick chart paper as shown in figure 8.5. Attach a small pencil to the cylinder by piercing the cylinder at the center as shown. Make a hollow half cylinder from cardboard such that the rolled up cylinder can fit inside it easily. The hollow half cylinder with the rolled up cylinder sitting inside it allows movement like a hinge. Try to move the rolled up cylinder. How does it move? How is this movement different from what we saw with our constructed ball and socket joint? We saw this, you can see the image you have to make. Okay, this type of using cardboard, this type of structure you have to make. Direction of movement allowed by a hinge joint, only backward and forward. Okay, for first forth coming and then back for back. Movement at the elbow in the activity first. What we have constructed in figure 8.5 is different from a hinge, of course, but it illustrates the direction in which a hinge allows movement. The elbow has a hinge joint that has allows only a back and forth movement. Okay, so you can see a hinge joint of a knee. Okay, this is an example of hinge joint of a knee. Can you think of more example of such joints? Okay, so you can give example of knee or okay elbow. Fixed joint. Next joint is fixed joint. Some joints between bones in our head are different from those we have discussed so far. The bones cannot move at these joints. Such joints are called fixed joints. When you open your mouth wide, you can move your lower jaw away from your head, isn't it? Okay, if you don't understand, you have to try it. Try to move your upper jaw. Now, are you able to move it? There is a joint between the upper jaw and the rest of the head, which is a fixed joint. We discussed only some of the joints that connect parts of our body. What gives the different parts of the body their different shapes? If you wanted to make a doll, what will you make first? Perhaps a framework to give the doll shape before making its outer structure, isn't it? All the bones in our body also form a framework to give a shape to our body. So there is a knowledge for you. The human skeleton is composed of around 305 bones at birth. The number of bones in the skeleton changes with age. It decreases to 206 bones by adulthood after some bones have fused together. Okay. This framework is called skeleton, as you see in figure 8.7. This is the structure of the human skeleton. How do you know the shapes of different bones in our body? We can have some idea about the shape and number of bones in some parts of our body by feeling them. One way we could know this shape better would be to look at X-ray images of the human body. Did you or anyone in your family ever have an X-ray of any part of your body taken? Sometimes, when we are hurt or have an accident, doctors use these X ray images to find out about any possible injuries that might have happened to the bones. The X ray show the shapes of the bones in our bodies. Feel the bones in your forearm, upper arm, lower leg, and upper leg. Try to find the number of bones in each arm. Similarly, feel the bones of your ankle and knee joints and compare these with the X-ray images. Okay, figure 8.8 this shows the X-ray image of ankle and knee joints. Okay, this is the ankle and this is knee joint. Bend your fingers. Are you able to bend them at every joint? How many bones does your middle finger have? Feel the back of your arm. It seems to have many bones, is not it? Okay. Is your wrist flexible? It is made up of several small bones called carpals. What will happen if it has only one bone? Okay, we cannot move it freely if it has only one bone. Okay, and we are not able to, we can say that, fold our fingers. It's possible. Now, next activity for you, that take a deep breath and hold it for a little while. Feel your chest bones and the backbone by gently pressing the middle of the chest and back at the same time. Count as many ribs bones of the chest. Okay, you can do easily this activity. Okay, this is image of the rib cage which you have to go study. Observe figure 8.10 carefully. Okay, you have to see this figure carefully and compare with what you feel of the chest bones. We see that the ribs are curiously bent. They join the chest bone and the backbone together to form a box. This is called the rib cage. Therefore, there are 12 ribs on each side of chest. Some important internal parts of our body lie protected inside this cage. Ask some friends to touch their toes without bending their knees. Starting from the neck, move your fingers downwards on the back of your friend. What you feel is the backbone. Okay, you easily understand the term backbone. Okay, it is made up of many small bones called vertebrae. The backbone consists of 33 vertebrae. Okay, the figure also given here. Okay, this is the figure of backbone here. The rib cage is joined to these bones. Okay, our rib cage is joined with these bones. If backbone was made up of only one long bone, will your friend be able to bend? Of course not. Make your friend stand with both hands pressed to the wall and ask her to push the wall. Do you notice two bones on the back are prominent where the shoulders are? They are called shoulder bones. Okay, you can easily understand that this here is your hand and you can see in backward part. Okay, this is the shoulder bone. Observe figure 8.13 carefully. This structure is made of pelvic bones. They enclose the portion of your body below the stomach. This is the part you sit on. Okay, these are the pelvic bones. The skull is made up of many bones joined together. It encloses and protects a very important part of the body, the brain. We discussed many bones and the joints of our skeleton. Okay, you can see the figure of skull. There are some additional parts of the skeleton that are not as hard as the bones and which can be bent. These are called cartilage. Okay. Feel your ear. Do you find any hard bony parts that can be bent? There do not seem to be any bones here, isn't it? Do you notice anything different between the earlobe and the portion above it as you press them between your fingers? Okay, like this. Upper part of ear has cartilage, neck, and this was our ear lobe here. So till now we read about the cartilage. Okay, and in next class we will going further. Thank you.